Imagine a place where the golden sands of the desert embrace the life-giving waters of the Nile. A place where the echoes of ancient rituals still resonate within towering stone walls. 60 kilometers north of Luxor, rising majestically from the sands, lies the Dendera Temple Complex. This sprawling site is not just a collection of stones, it's a portal to a world of gods, pharaohs, and the enduring mysteries of ancient Egypt. This sanctuary, primarily dedicated to the goddess Hathor, the embodiment of love, beauty, music and motherhood, is one of Egypt's best-preserved temple sites, a testament to centuries of unwavering devotion and unparalleled architectural mastery. Its remarkably intact state offers a unique glimpse into the religious practices and artistic achievements of the time. The main temple's colossal facade, adorned with intricate carvings and towering columns, dominates the landscape, a powerful statement of divine presence. Its sheer scale and breathtaking beauty are immediately striking, leaving visitors in awe of the ingenuity and artistry of its builders. Dendera's strategic location on the west bank of the Nile, a region deeply associated with the afterlife and rebirth in ancient Egyptian beliefs, was carefully chosen with profound symbolic intent. Known in antiquity as Unet or Tantere, it served as the capital of Upper Egypt's 6th province, a significant administrative and cultural centre. It was also a vibrant hub of religious activity for millennia, drawing pilgrims and priests alike to participate in elaborate ceremonies and honour the gods. For centuries, the desert sands acted as a protective shroud, preserving Dendera from the ravages of time and the elements. This natural preservation allows us today to step back in time and experience a past that feels remarkably intact, offering an unparalleled connection to ancient Egypt. Unlike the partially ruined complexes of Karnak or Luxor, where much has been lost to the ages, Dendera's exceptional completeness allows us to vividly imagine the world of the pharaohs and their Roman successors, offering a more immersive and comprehensive understanding of their beliefs and practices. Even now, faded colours still cling to the walls and ceilings, whispering stories of vibrant processions and sacred rituals. These remnants of pigment offer a tantalizing hint at the temple's original splendor, a dazzling display of artistic expression. The complex we see today largely dates from the Ptolemaic and Roman periods, reflecting the influence of these later rulers on Egyptian culture and architecture. However, its sacred roots delve much deeper, reaching back to Egypt's earliest dynastic days, suggesting a site of religious significance for millennia. Each ruler who contributed to its construction and embellishment added a chapter to a story thousands of years in the making, leaving their mark on its walls and pillars. Dendera stands as a living chronicle of Egypt's spiritual and political evolution, a testament to the enduring power of its civilization. It is a place where ancient Egyptian traditions met new influences from the Greco-Roman world, creating a unique fusion of artistic and religious expression. It stands as a unique and timeless testament, a beacon of human ingenuity and spiritual aspiration. Dendera is a powerful reminder of the enduring power of faith, the boundless capacity for creativity, and the enduring legacy of ancient Egypt. The construction of Dendera is not just a building project, it's a sprawling saga, a testament to the enduring power of faith and the ambition of rulers across millennia. Its story was written by many hands, a collaborative effort unfolding across generations, each leaving their indelible mark on its stones. The inscriptions themselves offer glimpses into the past, mentioning Old Kingdom rulers like Pepi I, revealing a history that stretches back to the very dawn of Egyptian civilization. These rulers were already restoring a sanctuary that was ancient even in their time, highlighting the cyclical nature of preservation and renewal in Egyptian culture. Later, pharaohs of the Middle Kingdom, with their own visions of grandeur, and those of the New Kingdoms, including the powerful Thutmose III and the celebrated Ramesses II, each left their mark, adding to the temple's rich tapestry of history and devotion. Sadly, many of their structures are mostly lost, either through the ravages of time or incorporated into the later building projects. Their contributions now whispers in the stones. This continuous patronage, spanning across dynasties and centuries, clearly shows Dendera's lasting importance as a sacred site and a symbol of Egyptian identity. It reveals that every dynasty, regardless of its origins or ambitions, sought to honor Hathor, the goddess of love, music and motherhood, and to connect with Egypt's deep traditions. However, the most significant building phase, the one that truly shaped the temple as we see it today, began under the rule of the Ptolemies, the Greek dynasty that followed Alexander the Great. These Ptolemaic rulers, though Greek in origin and culture, astutely embraced Egyptian religion and traditions as a means to legitimize their rule in the eyes of the Egyptian people. It was they who initiated the construction of the grand Temple of Hathor, a monumental undertaking that would define Dendera for centuries to come. This ambitious project continued for nearly 2 centuries, a testament to the Ptolemies' commitment to integrating themselves into the fabric of Egyptian society. Later, when Rome conquered Egypt, adding it to its vast empire, Roman emperors like Augustus and Nero, following the Ptolemaic example, added their own images and cartouches to the temple walls and even completed the magnificent hypostyle hall, seamlessly blending their legacy with that of ancient Egypt. Dendera's seamless transition from Ptolemaic to Roman patronage is a remarkable example of cultural continuity, and it highlights the extraordinary resilience of Egyptian culture in the face of foreign rule and influence. The temple, like a living organism, absorbed new rulers and their influences, yet remained firmly rooted in its ancient worldview, its core beliefs and traditions. In the end, it stands as a powerful monument to Egypt's unique ability to adapt, endure and inspire awe across the ages, a beacon of cultural strength shining through the sands of time. At Dendera's heart, rising majestically from the sands of time, stands the Temple of Hathor. Its imposing facade hints at the wonders held within, a testament to the ingenuity and artistry of the ancient Egyptians. Remarkably, it is more a preserved marvel than a ruin, offering an unparalleled glimpse into the religious practices and beliefs of a civilization long past. The temple's state of preservation allows us to truly appreciate the grandeur and sophistication of its design. Called the Castle of the Sistrum, a sacred musical instrument, it was believed to be Hathor's earthly home, a tangible bridge between the mortal realm and the heavens above. This temple served as a focal point for worship and connection with the divine. The temple's architecture is deeply cosmic, reflecting the ancient Egyptians' understanding of the universe and their place within it. Every element was carefully considered to create a harmonious and spiritually significant space. The very floors beneath our feet represent the earth, solid and grounding, connecting the temple to the physical world. The towering columns, adorned with plant capitals of lotus and papyrus, symbolize primordial plants, representing the life-giving forces of nature and the fertile lands of Egypt. And the ceilings above are painted to depict the starry sky, a celestial map filled with astronomical symbols and constellations reminding visitors of the vastness of the cosmos. The hypostyle hall, a forest of 24 columns, each meticulously crafted and topped with the serene face of Hathor, creates a profound sense of divine welcome, enveloping visitors in the goddess's gentle presence. The ceiling here is not just decoration, it's a painted map of the heavens, meticulously detailed with astronomical zodiac constellations, charting the sun's daily and yearly journey across the sky. Hathor, the beloved goddess of love, joyous music and nurturing motherhood, was central to Egyptian life. But she was also revered as a fierce protector, a powerful deity who guided souls through the perils of the afterlife, ensuring their safe passage to eternity. The temple was a vibrant center of activity, celebrating all aspects of Hathor's multifaceted nature, hosting elaborate festivals filled with music and dance. It was also a place of healing, where sacred rituals were performed to alleviate suffering and restore balance to the body and spirit. And it served as a conduit for divine wisdom, with oracles delivering prophecies and guidance to those who sought answers from the gods. As visitors progressed through the temple, they moved from the brightly lit hypostyle hall into increasingly darker and more sacred chambers, symbolizing a journey inward towards spiritual enlightenment. This journey culminated in the Holy of Holies, the innermost sanctuary, the most sacred space within the entire temple complex. Only the high priest, the intermediary between the goddess and the people, was permitted to enter this innermost sanctuary to tend to the goddess's cult statue, performing rituals to honor and sustain her divine presence. Every space within the Temple of Hathor was meticulously designed for ritual, reinforcing Hathor's presence and power, ensuring that her influence permeated every aspect of daily life. Today, the Temple of Hathor remains a living symbol of Egypt's rich spiritual imagination, a testament to the enduring power of belief and the remarkable achievements of ancient civilization. On the temple's roof, a small chapel once held the Dendera Zodiac, a masterpiece of ancient astronomy. The original circular bas-relief, now in the Louvre, is a map of the heavens as seen by the Egyptians. It fuses Greco-Roman zodiac signs with traditional Egyptian constellations, blending cultures and knowledge. Planets appear as deities in celestial boats, reflecting a sophisticated understanding of the cosmos. The zodiac's placement in a chapel dedicated to Osiris linked the cycles of stars to death and rebirth. Its circular design symbolized the eternal nature of time and cosmic order. When the zodiac was removed to Paris, it sparked debates about the age of the world and Egypt's scientific legacy. Later analysis dated it to the late Ptolemaic period, around 50 BCE. The Dendera Zodiac remains a unique artifact, revealing the depth of ancient Egyptian astronomy and cross-cultural exchange. It is a testament to the Egyptians' quest to understand their place in the universe. Beyond the Temple of Hathor, Dendera's complex unfolds as a tapestry of sacred spaces. A massive mud brick wall once enclosed the precinct, separating the divine from the everyday. Entering through the Roman-built northern gateway, visitors followed a processional way to the main temple. To the right stands the original birthhouse, or Mammisi, of Nectanebo, dedicated to the divine birth of Horus and the Pharaoh. Nearby, the ruins of a Coptic basilica show how the site was repurposed in Christian times. Behind the main temple, the Roman-era Temple of Isis tells the story of Osiris's death and rebirth under Hathor's protection. The complex also includes a sacred lake for priestly purification and a sanatorium where pilgrims sought healing dreams from Hathor. Dendera was more than a temple. It was a center of worship, healing and community life. Its layers reveal Egypt's evolving spiritual landscape. Deep in the temple's crypts, mysterious reliefs known as the Dendera Light have fueled debate for decades. These carvings show bulb-like objects with serpents inside, connected to boxes resembling jed pillars. Fringe theories claim these are ancient electrical devices, explaining how Egyptians lit dark interiors without soot. Mainstream Egyptologists, however, see rich symbolism: the bulb as the sky goddess's womb, the serpent as the sun's creative force, the lotus as rebirth, and the jed as stability. There's no evidence for ancient electricity. No bulbs, filaments or batteries have been found. Egyptians used mirrors and clean-burning lamps for illumination. The Dendera Light is a mythological scene, not a technological blueprint. It's a striking example of how ancient art can inspire both wonder and wild speculation. South of the main temple stands the Roman Mammisi, or birthhouse, one of Dendera's best-preserved buildings. Dedicated to the divine birth of Ai, son of Hathor and Horus, the Mammisi was the stage for rituals celebrating both myth and royal legitimacy. Built by Augustus and decorated by Trajan and Hadrian, its reliefs show Roman emperors as Egyptian pharaohs making offerings to the gods. The building blends Egyptian and Greco-Roman styles, reflecting the era's cultural fusion. Vivid reliefs depict Hathor's pregnancy, Ai's birth, and his presentation to the gods. These scenes reinforce the emperor's divine right to rule Egypt. During festivals, Hathor's statue was carried in procession to the Mammisi, symbolizing the reunion of the divine family. The Mammisi was central to Dendera's religious life and remains a window into Roman Egypt's spiritual world. It stands as a symbol of adaptation and enduring tradition. Dendera's walls and crypts are a treasure trove of history and intrigue. On the rear wall, the only known relief of Cleopatra VII and her son Caesarion shows them presenting offerings, a poignant bid for legitimacy. The temple's 14 crypts hidden below stored sacred objects and are covered in detailed reliefs, protected from centuries of damage. Exploring these chambers reveals the secret workings of the ancient priesthood. The temple's roof too was a ritual space, with chapels and kiosks for ceremonies like the New Year's dawn, when Hathor's statue greeted the rising sun. Modern restoration has uncovered the original vibrant colours of the hypostyle hall's astronomical ceiling, transforming our view of the temple's splendour. Each discovery adds new layers to Dendera's story. The temple continues to yield secrets, connecting us to the rituals and lives of its ancient builders. Dendera is not just a relic, it's a living archive of Egypt's past. Its walls still speak, inviting us to listen and learn. Dendera is more than an archaeological site. It's a testament to the enduring power of faith and culture. For millennia, it bridged the human and divine, witnessing dynasties, empires, and shifting beliefs. Its preservation offers the most complete glimpse of a Greco-Roman temple in Egypt. Dendera's reliefs and architecture are a stone textbook, teaching us about gods, astronomy, politics, and daily life. Today, it inspires tourists, scholars, and seekers alike, sparking new questions and interpretations. Debates over the Dendera Light and the Zodiac show the site's ongoing role in our quest for knowledge. Standing in the hypostyle hall, beneath Hathor's gaze and a ceiling of stars, you feel a timeless connection. Dendera reminds us that the search for meaning and beauty is eternal. It is not just a monument to the past, but a mirror reflecting our own enduring curiosity. The echo of Dendera's legacy still resonates, inviting us to wonder and explore. The ancient Egyptians created a civilization that thrived for millennia. This civilization was built on the fertile banks of the Nile River. The Nile's annual floods brought life-giving silt to the land. This allowed the Egyptians to cultivate crops and produce surplus agricultural goods. From the bustling marketplaces of their cities to the far reaches of the known world, the Egyptians were active traders. They exchanged goods, ideas, and culture with their neighbours. Their pharaohs, considered divine rulers, invested in expeditions to distant lands. These expeditions sought valuable resources like gold, timber, and exotic animals. Join us as we delve into the world of ancient Egyptian trade. It takes us from the sun-drenched banks of the Nile to the distant shores of Africa and the Near East. In the heart of every ancient Egyptian city lay the marketplace, a vibrant hub of activity from dawn till dusk. Here, locals and foreigners alike converged to barter for their daily needs and exotic luxuries. The air was filled with the aroma of spices, the sound of haggling, and the sight of colourful textiles. Farmers brought their bountiful harvests of grain, fruits, and vegetables. Fishermen displayed their catches of the day from the Nile. Artisans proudly presented their crafts, pottery, jewellery, and furniture. The Egyptians developed a system to standardize trade. There was a unit of value based on the weight of copper. It served as a common denominator for comparing the value of different goods and services. The marketplace was not just an economic centre but also a social hub. Festivals and religious celebrations often took place in the marketplace, adding to the lively atmosphere. The Nile River, the lifeblood of Egypt, was also its main artery of trade. Boats laden with goods sailed up and down its length. They connected the northern delta region to the southern reaches of the kingdom. But the Egyptians were not content to limit themselves to the Nile Valley. They ventured beyond their borders, establishing trade routes across land and sea that stretched as far as the Arabian Peninsula, the Levant, and even Mesopotamia. Overland trade routes, often arduous journeys by donkey caravan, crossed the eastern desert to reach the Red Sea. Here Egyptian ships embarked on voyages to the land of Punt. Punt, believed to be located in present-day Somalia, was a source of exotic goods highly prized by the Egyptians: incense, ebony, ivory, gold, and even live baboons. These international trade routes were not without their dangers, yet the lure of profit and the desire for exotic goods fueled the Egyptians' adventurous spirit, making them adept sailors and shrewd traders. The Old Kingdom period, around 2686 to 2181 BCE, marked the emergence of a powerful centralized state in Egypt. During this era, the pharaohs consolidated their power and embarked on ambitious building projects, most notably the pyramids of Giza. These monumental structures stand as a testament to the pharaoh's authority and the economic prosperity of the Old Kingdom. Trade played a crucial role in fueling this economic growth. The pharaohs controlled all aspects of trade. They sent expeditions to distant lands in search of valuable resources. Timber from the cedar forests of Lebanon was essential for constructing ships, temples, and tombs. Gold, mined in the Nubian desert to the south, became synonymous with the pharaoh's power and divinity. The Old Kingdom laid the foundation for Egypt's future economic dominance. It established the systems and networks that would allow subsequent dynasties to further expand trade and secure Egypt's place as a major power in the ancient world. The Middle Kingdom, around 2055 to 1650 BCE, witnessed a resurgence of Egyptian power after a period of political instability. The pharaohs of this era focused on expanding their influence southwards into Nubia. Nubia, a region rich in gold, became a primary target for Egyptian expeditions. Gold played a central role in the Egyptian economy and belief system. It was considered the flesh of the gods, and possessing it was a sign of divine favour. The Egyptians established trading posts and fortresses along the Nile to secure their access to Nubian gold mines. They also developed sophisticated mining techniques to extract the precious metal from the earth. Nubian gold fueled the Middle Kingdom's prosperity. However, the Egyptians' desire for Nubian gold also led to conflict. These campaigns were costly and bloody, but they ultimately secured Egypt's dominance over Nubia and its valuable resources. The New Kingdom, around 1550 to 1069 BCE, marked the zenith of Egyptian power and prosperity. During this era, the Egyptian Empire reached its greatest territorial extent, stretching from Nubia in the south to Syria in the north. This expansion brought immense wealth and luxury goods into Egypt, transforming its culture and economy. The pharaohs of the New Kingdom launched ambitious military campaigns. These campaigns brought vast territories under Egyptian control and opened up new trade routes. Egyptian armies returned from their conquests laden with booty, gold, silver, precious stones, exotic animals, and even slaves. Trade with distant lands flourished during the New Kingdom. Egyptian ships sailed the Mediterranean, reaching the shores of Greece, Anatolia and the Levant. These exotic goods became status symbols among the Egyptian elite, further stimulating trade and cultural exchange. The New Kingdom was an era of unprecedented wealth and luxury in ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptians were renowned for their ambitious engineering projects, and the Canal of the Pharaohs stands as a testament to their ingenuity and determination. This ambitious waterway, also known as the Canal of the Seas, was an attempt to connect the Nile River to the Red Sea, creating a direct trade route between Egypt and the East. The first attempt to construct the canal is credited to Pharaoh Senusret III of the 12th dynasty, around 1878 to 1839 BCE. However, it was Pharaoh Necho II of the 26th dynasty, around 610 to 595 BCE, who is often associated with the canal's completion. The canal was a remarkable feat of engineering for its time. It stretched for over 100 miles, linking the Nile River to the Bitter Lakes, which were then connected to the Red Sea. The canal facilitated trade and transportation between Egypt and the East. It allowed Egyptian ships to bypass the treacherous journey around the Sinai Peninsula, reducing travel time and risks. However, the canal was not without its challenges. Despite its intermittent use, the Canal of the Pharaohs stands as a testament to the ancient Egyptians' vision and engineering prowess. The once mighty Egyptian empire did not last forever. Political instability, internal strife, and the rise of new powers in the region gradually eroded Egyptian dominance. By the late period, around 747 to 332 BCE, Egypt was a shadow of its former self, its economy weakened, and its trade networks disrupted. The decline of Egyptian trade was due to a combination of factors. Internally, political instability and internal conflicts weakened the central government's control over trade routes and resources. The rise of independent kingdoms in Nubia further disrupted trade to the south. External pressures also played a role. The emergence of new powers, such as the Assyrians, Babylonians and Persians, challenged Egyptian hegemony in the Near East. The decline of Egyptian trade had a profound impact on the empire's economy and society. The decline of Egyptian trade marked the end of an era. The story of ancient Egyptian trade is a testament to the ingenuity, resourcefulness and ambition of this remarkable civilization. From the bustling marketplaces of their cities to the far reaches of the known world, the Egyptians were active traders. They exchanged goods, ideas and culture with their neighbors. The legacy of ancient Egyptian trade is still felt today. The Egyptians developed complex systems of trade and diplomacy. They created innovative technologies for transportation and navigation. They established trade routes that connected distant lands and cultures. These innovations laid the groundwork for the development of international trade in the centuries that followed. Though the pharaohs and pyramids may be long gone, the spirit of trade that animated ancient Egypt continues to inspire us today. As we navigate the complexities of global trade in the 21st century, we can learn valuable lessons from the ancient Egyptians who mastered the art of trade and left an indelible mark on the world. The sands of time hold countless stories, whispers of civilizations long gone. Unraveling these mysteries is the pursuit of archaeology, a field forever changed by the work of Sir William Matthew Flinders Petrie. Born in 1853, Petrie's name has become synonymous with meticulous excavation and groundbreaking discoveries. Petrie's approach to archaeology was revolutionary, emphasizing careful observation, detailed recording and the preservation of even the smallest artifacts. This marked a stark contrast to the treasure-hunting mentality that had often characterized earlier excavations. Petrie's commitment to scientific rigor laid the foundation for modern archaeological practices. Born in Charlton, England, young William's fascination with the past began early. Homeschooled and encouraged by his surveyor father, he developed a keen eye for detail and a passion for history. While other children played games, Petrie explored ancient British sites, sketching ruins and collecting artifacts. These formative experiences ignited a lifelong desire to understand the people and cultures of bygone eras. His early studies focused on surveying and engineering, skills that would prove invaluable in his archaeological pursuits. However, Petrie's true passion lay in uncovering the secrets of the past. In 1880, at the age of 27, Petrie embarked on his first expedition to the land of the Pharaohs, a journey that would forever alter the course of his life and the field of archaeology itself. Arriving in Egypt, a land shimmering with heat and ancient stories, the young Petrie was captivated. He was determined to bring a new level of scientific rigour to the field, moving beyond the treasure hunting that characterised many excavations of the time. His early work took him to the pyramids of Giza, majestic monuments that had captivated imaginations for millennia. While others had been drawn to the grandeur of the pyramids themselves, Petrie focused on the surrounding areas, the workers' villages and cemeteries. He believed that understanding the lives of the people who built these incredible structures was just as important as understanding the pharaohs they entombed. Petrie's work at Giza garnered attention, and he soon found himself leading excavations at Tanis, an ancient Egyptian capital in the Nile Delta. Here he unearthed the royal tombs of the 21st and 22nd dynasties, a period of Egyptian history shrouded in mystery. These tombs, filled with gold, silver and intricate jewellery, yielded a wealth of information about a turbulent and often overlooked era. But it wasn't just the opulence of the treasures that fascinated Petrie. He was equally captivated by the everyday objects, the pottery shards, tools and toys that offered glimpses into the lives of ordinary Egyptians. Through his meticulous excavations at Giza and Tanis, Petrie was building a reputation as a skilled and insightful archaeologist. One of Petrie's most significant contributions to archaeology was his development of sequence dating, a groundbreaking method for establishing chronological order in archaeological contexts. He observed that pottery styles evolved over time, and that by carefully analysing and categorising these styles, it was possible to create a relative timeline for different layers of an excavation site. Petrie's system of sequence dating revolutionized archaeology, providing a framework for understanding the chronology of ancient cultures. It allowed archaeologists to move beyond vague assumptions and establish a more accurate understanding of the relationships between different sites and artifacts. His work laid the foundation for more sophisticated dating methods such as radiocarbon dating, which would be developed decades later. Petrie's unwavering commitment to meticulous fieldwork, scientific rigour, and the preservation of archaeological heritage established a new standard for the field. By the late 19th century, Petrie's reputation as a meticulous archaeologist had spread. He turned his attention to Tel el-Hesi, a mound in southern Palestine that held the ruins of an ancient city. Layers upon layers of human occupation promised a treasure trove of information, a window into millennia of history. The site was a complex puzzle, with remnants of various civilizations piled one atop another. But Petrie, with his characteristic systematic approach, embraced the challenge. By analysing the pottery fragments from different layers at Tel el-Hesi, Petrie was able to establish a relative chronological sequence for the site, a breakthrough that revolutionised archaeological dating. In 1896, while excavating the ruins of an ancient temple at Thebes, Petrie stumbled upon a discovery that would reverberate through the halls of history, the Merneptah Stele. This large granite slab inscribed with hieroglyphics had been repurposed as building material by later pharaohs, its significance lying dormant for centuries. The stele, standing over 10 feet tall, was a testament to the ambition and might of Pharaoh Merneptah, son of the legendary Rameses II. It detailed Merneptah's military campaigns and victories, boasting of his triumphs over enemies in Libya and Canaan. But it was a single line tucked away among the boasts of conquest that would electrify the world of biblical archaeology. This inscription, now known as the Israel Stele, is the earliest known reference to Israel outside of the Bible. The discovery of the Merneptah Stele sent shockwaves through the world of biblical scholarship. Here, in an Egyptian text, was independent confirmation of a people known as Israel existing in Canaan during the Late Bronze Age, a period corresponding to the biblical account of the Exodus and the conquest of Canaan. The stele provided tangible historical evidence that corroborated, at least in part, the biblical narrative, sparking intense debate and discussion. Petrie, ever the meticulous scholar, approached the inscription with caution. He recognized the significance of the find, but also the need for careful analysis and interpretation. The Merneptah Stele became a cornerstone of biblical archaeology, sparking decades of research and debate about the relationship between the biblical account and archaeological evidence. The discovery of the Merneptah Stele cemented Petrie's status as a giant in the field of archaeology. Yet his most enduring legacy lies not just in his individual discoveries, but in his revolutionary approach to the discipline itself. Petrie was among the first to recognize that archaeology was more than just treasure hunting. It was a scientific endeavor that demanded rigor, precision, and a deep respect for the past. Prior to Petrie, excavations were often haphazard affairs, more akin to treasure hunts than scientific investigations. Petrie, however, insisted on a systematic approach. By understanding the context in which an object was found, Petrie could piece together a more complete picture of the past. Petrie's commitment to meticulous excavation extended to his unwavering belief in the importance of artifact preservation. He recognized that these fragments of the past were not just curiosities to be displayed, but vital pieces of evidence that held the key to understanding past civilizations. He established strict protocols for the handling and documentation of artifacts, ensuring that even the smallest fragments were carefully catalogued and stored. He understood that future generations of scholars would build upon his work, and that preserving the integrity of the archaeological record was paramount. Petrie's advocacy for preservation went beyond words. He established museums in Egypt and England to house the artifacts he unearthed, ensuring their protection and accessibility for future generations. Petrie's impact extended far beyond his own excavations and discoveries. He was a gifted teacher and mentor, inspiring a new generation of archaeologists to embrace his rigorous methods and unwavering commitment to preservation. He established archaeological training programs both in England and Egypt, where he instilled in his students the importance of meticulous fieldwork, scientific observation, and a deep respect for the cultures they were studying. Petrie's students went on to become leading figures in the field, disseminating his methods and principles across the globe. His influence can be seen in the work of countless archaeologists who followed, from the deserts of Egypt to the jungles of South America. As Petrie's career progressed, he became increasingly concerned about the threats facing Egypt's archaeological treasures. He witnessed firsthand the damage being inflicted by uncontrolled tourism, looting, and the encroachment of modern development. He recognized that if these irreplaceable pieces of the past were to be saved for future generations, urgent action was needed. Petrie became a vocal advocate for the preservation of Egypt's cultural heritage. He lobbied tirelessly for the creation of antiquities laws and the establishment of government agencies tasked with protecting archaeological sites. His efforts, while often met with resistance, helped to lay the groundwork for the modern field of cultural heritage management in Egypt. Sir William Matthew Flinders Petrie, the boy who had once explored ancient British ruins, left an indelible mark on the world of archaeology. He revolutionized the field, transforming it from a pursuit of treasures to a rigorous scientific discipline. His meticulous methods, his unwavering commitment to preservation, and his passion for understanding the past continue to inspire generations of archaeologists. His legacy is etched in the countless artifacts he unearthed, carefully preserved and displayed in museums around the world. It lives on in the meticulous records he kept, a treasure trove of information that continues to fuel research and discovery. His work reminds us that the past is not a distant, irrelevant realm, but a vibrant tapestry that continues to shape our present and our future. The Nile River, a lifeline for ancient Egypt, flows past countless monuments to a glorious past. This river, stretching over 4,000 miles, has been the cradle of one of the most fascinating civilizations in human history. Its waters have nurtured the land, enabling the growth of crops and the rise of cities. Along its banks, stories of gods and pharaohs, of life and death, have been etched into the sands of time. The Nile is not just a river. It is a symbol of life, continuity, and the enduring spirit of Egypt. Among these, the Temple of Kom Ombo stands unique. It is a testament to the ingenuity and spiritual depth of the ancient Egyptians. Built during the Ptolemaic dynasty, this temple is a marvel of architecture and religious symbolism. It is not just a place of worship, but a reflection of the duality that permeates Egyptian mythology and culture. The temple's unique structure and purpose set it apart from the myriad other temples that dot the Egyptian landscape. Located on a bend in the river, it is not dedicated to one god, but two. This dual dedication is rare and speaks volumes about the beliefs and practices of the time. The temple honours both Sobek, the crocodile god associated with fertility and military prowess, and Horus the Elder, the falcon-headed god of the sky and kingship. This duality is not just a quirk of design, but a profound statement about the balance of power and harmony in the universe. This duality is evident in its very design. The temple is perfectly symmetrical, with two identical entrances, two parallel hypostyle halls, and two sanctuaries. Each side is a mirror image of the other, reflecting the dual nature of the gods it honours. This architectural choice is not merely aesthetic, but deeply symbolic, representing the balance and harmony that was central to ancient Egyptian cosmology. The dual corridors and sanctuaries allow for simultaneous worship, a rare feature that underscores the temple's unique purpose. Two entrances, two hypostyle halls, two sanctuaries, all mirrored in perfect symmetry. This meticulous design is a marvel of ancient engineering and artistry. The symmetry extends to the smallest details, from the carvings on the walls to the layout of the columns. Each element is carefully crafted to maintain the balance and harmony that the temple embodies. This attention to detail is a testament to the skill and dedication of the ancient builders and artists who created this masterpiece. This architectural marvel offers a glimpse into the rich tapestry of ancient Egyptian beliefs. The walls are adorned with intricate carvings and hieroglyphs that tell stories of gods, kings, and everyday life. These inscriptions are not just decorative, but serve as a historical record, providing insights into the religious and social practices of the time. As you walk through the temple, you are transported back in time, experiencing the grandeur and mystery of ancient Egypt. The Temple of Kom Ombo is not just a relic of the past. It is a living testament to the enduring legacy of one of the world's greatest civilizations. Construction of the temple began in the 2nd century BC during the Ptolemaic dynasty. These Greek rulers, descendants of Alexander the Great, embraced Egyptian traditions while leaving their own mark on the land. The Ptolemies were prolific builders, and Kom Ombo stands as a testament to their ambition and their reverence for the ancient Egyptian gods. The temple's dual dedication reflects the importance of location. Sobek, the crocodile god, represented the fertile Nile and its life-giving waters. Horus the Elder, depicted with a falcon's head, symbolized protection and kingship. Together, these two deities embodied the delicate balance between the power of the Nile and the pharaoh's divine right to rule. The walls of Kom Ombo are a treasure trove of hieroglyphs and reliefs, narrating tales of pharaohs, gods, and daily life in ancient Egypt. These intricate carvings provide invaluable insights into religious practices, astronomical observations, and even medical knowledge. One remarkable relief depicts a collection of surgical instruments, showcasing the advanced medical practices of the time. Sobek, the crocodile god, held a special place in the hearts of the people of Kom Ombo. Crocodiles, revered as manifestations of the god, were mummified and interred in a nearby necropolis. Today, the Crocodile Museum at Kom Ombo houses a fascinating collection of these mummified crocodiles, offering a glimpse into the ancient Egyptians' relationship with these powerful creatures. Like many ancient monuments, the Temple of Kom Ombo has not escaped the ravages of time. Centuries of exposure to the elements, coupled with earthquakes and human activity, have taken their toll. The once vibrant colours of the reliefs have faded, and some sections of the temple lie in ruins. Yet even in its weathered state, Kom Ombo retains an undeniable aura of grandeur. Efforts are underway to preserve this architectural masterpiece for future generations. Skilled artisans and archaeologists are painstakingly restoring damaged sections, using traditional techniques and modern technology. Their work ensures that the stories etched into the stones of Kom Ombo will continue to captivate visitors for years to come. The Temple of Kom Ombo stands as a testament to the enduring power of the Nile River. For the ancient Egyptians, the Nile was more than just a source of water. It was the very essence of life. The temple's location, perched on the banks of this sacred river, served as a constant reminder of the delicate balance between humanity and nature. As the sun sets over the Nile, casting long shadows across the temple's sandstone walls, one cannot help but be transported back in time. The golden hues of the setting sun blend seamlessly with the ancient stones, creating a mesmerizing tapestry of light and shadow. This is a moment where history and nature converge, offering a glimpse into the past. The Temple of Kom Ombo stands as a testament to the ingenuity and spirituality of ancient civilizations. As awe-struck tourists gaze upon its grandeur, they are often left speechless, overwhelmed by the sheer scale and beauty of this architectural marvel. The panoramic view at sunset is particularly breathtaking as the temple seems to glow with an ethereal light. Kom Ombo is a place where time seems to stand still. In the stillness of the evening, when the crowds have dispersed, the temple reveals its true essence. The wide-angle view showcases its timeless beauty, unmarred by the passage of centuries. It is in these quiet moments that one can truly appreciate the craftsmanship and devotion that went into its creation. The walls of Kom Ombo are adorned with intricate hieroglyphics and carvings, each telling a story of gods, kings, and rituals long forgotten. The ambient lighting within the temple adds a mystical quality, casting shadows that dance upon the ancient stones. It is a place where the echoes of ancient rituals and the whispers of forgotten gods linger in the air, creating an atmosphere that is both haunting and enchanting. As you walk through the temple, you are invited to unravel the mysteries of a bygone era. The close-up of the hieroglyphics reveals the meticulous detail and artistry of the ancient craftsman. Kom Ombo is not just a historical site, it is a journey through time, inviting us to connect with the past and marvel at the achievements of those who came before us. The Temple of Kom Ombo is more than just a collection of ancient stones. It stands as a testament to the grandeur and complexity of ancient Egyptian civilization. Nestled on the banks of the Nile, this unique temple is dedicated to two gods, Sobek, the crocodile god, and Horus, the falcon-headed god. This dual dedication is rare and adds a layer of intrigue to the site. The hieroglyphics etched into the walls are not merely decorative, they are a window into the soul of ancient Egypt. These intricate carvings tell stories of gods and pharaohs, of battles and rituals, offering us a glimpse into a world long past. As you walk through the temple, history comes alive. The guide's voice echoes through the ancient halls, recounting tales of the temple's construction and its significance. You can almost hear the whispers of the past, inviting you to delve deeper into the mysteries that lie within these ancient walls. The carvings of gods and goddesses are not just artistic expressions, they are invitations to explore the beliefs, values and aspirations of a civilization that flourished thousands of years ago. Each figure, each symbol holds a story waiting to be uncovered. The panoramic views of the temple complex reveal the grandeur of its architecture. The ancient artifacts within the temple are relics of a bygone era, each one a piece of the puzzle that makes up the rich tapestry of ancient Egyptian history. A visit to Kom Ombo is a journey through time. As the sun rises and sets, casting its golden hues on the temple walls, you are reminded of the passage of time and the enduring legacy of human achievement. The time-lapse of visitors exploring the temple shows the continuous fascination it holds for people from all walks of life. The architectural features of Kom Ombo are a marvel to behold. The duality of the temple's twin deities, Sobek and Horus, is a unique aspect that sets it apart from other temples. This duality symbolizes the balance of power and harmony, a concept that was central to ancient Egyptian belief. As night falls, the temple takes on a different persona. Under a starry sky, illuminated by soft lights, Kom Ombo exudes a mystical aura. It is a reminder of the enduring power of human ingenuity and the timeless allure of ancient mysteries. The temple stands as a beacon of history, inviting us to explore, learn, and be inspired by the wonders of the past. Howard Carter's name is synonymous with ancient Egypt, a name that echoes through the annals of history. Born in 1874, his early life was far from the scorching sands and ancient tombs he would become known for. Instead, it was filled with the lush greenery and serene landscapes of 19th century England. He grew up in a small village in Norfolk, England, a place that seemed worlds away from the mysteries of the ancient world. His father, a gifted artist, instilled in him a love for art and meticulous detail. This artistic environment nurtured his budding talents. Young Carter was a keen observer, fascinated by the natural world. He would spend countless hours exploring the countryside, observing the intricate details of plants and animals. He spent hours sketching the flora and fauna around his home, capturing the beauty of nature with his pencil. This eye for detail, nurtured from a young age, would prove crucial in his later archaeological pursuits. His sketches were not just drawings, they were detailed studies that honed his observational skills. Carter's formal education was limited, but his thirst for knowledge was insatiable. He devoured books, especially those that transported him to distant lands and ancient times. He was particularly drawn to the ancient world, captivated by stories of lost civilizations and the mysteries they held. Museums and books became his windows to these far-off places. This fascination, combined with his artistic talent, led him to the path of archaeology. He began to dream of uncovering the secrets of the past. At the age of 17, a pivotal opportunity arose. A letter arrived that would change the course of his life forever. Carter was invited to join the Egypt Exploration Fund as a tracer. This was a dream come true for the young artist and aspiring archaeologist. This marked the beginning of his lifelong love affair with Egypt, a journey that would lead him to some of the most significant archaeological discoveries of all time. Arriving in Egypt in 1891, Carter was immediately enthralled by the land's rich history and culture. The bustling streets, the vibrant markets, and the ancient ruins all seemed to whisper secrets of a bygone era. The ancient monuments, the hieroglyphics, the sheer weight of history captivated his imagination. The pyramids stood as silent sentinels of a grand civilization, while the Sphinx, with its enigmatic gaze, seemed to challenge him to uncover its mysteries. He diligently copied inscriptions and drawings, honing his skills under the guidance of experienced archaeologists. Each stroke of his pen was a step closer to understanding the lives and beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. Carter quickly established a reputation for his meticulous work and keen eye. His attention to detail and unwavering dedication set him apart from his peers, earning him respect and admiration in the archaeological community. He was not simply tracing the past, he was breathing life into it, recreating the artistry of ancient Egyptians with remarkable precision. His reconstructions were so vivid that they seemed to transport viewers back in time, allowing them to witness the grandeur of ancient Egypt firsthand. His talent did not go unnoticed. In 1899, at the young age of 25, Carter was appointed Chief Inspector of Monuments for Upper Egypt by the Egyptian Antiquities Service. This prestigious position was a testament to his burgeoning reputation and his potential to make significant contributions to the field. This was a remarkable achievement, a testament to his burgeoning reputation in the field. It was a role that came with immense responsibility, but Carter embraced it with enthusiasm and determination. Carter thrived in this role. He oversaw excavations, meticulously documented findings, and passionately advocated for the preservation of Egypt's fragile heritage. His efforts ensured that the stories of ancient Egypt would be preserved for future generations to study and appreciate. He was laying the groundwork for his most significant discovery, one that would forever etch his name in the annals of history. The Valley of the Kings, with its hidden tombs and untold treasures, awaited his exploration. Little did he know, he was on the brink of uncovering a find that would captivate the world and redefine our understanding of ancient Egypt. In 1907, a fateful meeting occurred that would change the course of Carter's career. He was introduced to George Herbert, the 5th Earl of Carnarvon, a wealthy British aristocrat with a passion for Egyptology. Carnarvon was immediately impressed by Carter's knowledge and enthusiasm. He agreed to finance Carter's excavations, providing the much-needed resources to pursue his archaeological dreams. Thus began a partnership that would become legendary. Carnarvon, with his wealth and influence, provided the financial backing. Carter, the passionate and dedicated archaeologist, provided the expertise and unwavering determination. Together, they formed a formidable team. Their shared goal to uncover the tomb of a little-known pharaoh named Tutankhamun, believed to be hidden somewhere in the Valley of the Kings. Little did they know, this quest would consume them for years to come. The Valley of the Kings, a desolate yet majestic landscape, became Carter's obsession. Year after year, he meticulously excavated, his team sifting through sand and rubble under the scorching Egyptian sun. The work was arduous and often disheartening. False leads, dead ends, and the constant pressure of expectation weighed heavily on Carter. Yet he persevered, driven by an unshakable belief that Tutankhamun's tomb lay hidden beneath the sands. Carnarvon, though initially enthusiastic, grew increasingly impatient with the lack of results. The annual expeditions were costly, and doubts began to creep in. However, Carter's unwavering belief eventually convinced Carnarvon to fund one final season. This last-ditch effort, a testament to both men's faith and determination, would prove to be the most significant in archaeological history. A fateful discovery, uncovering the steps to Tutankhamun's tomb. November 4th, 1922, dawned like any other day in the Valley of the Kings. The air was crisp and the golden hues of the rising sun bathed the ancient landscape in a mystical glow. Carter's team, weary from years of toil, began work on a new section, clearing debris near the tomb of Ramesses VI. They had been at this for so long, their hopes often dashed by false leads and empty chambers. As they dug, they stumbled upon a series of steps cut into the rock. The discovery was unexpected, a glimmer of hope in their relentless pursuit. Excitement rippled through the team. The air buzzed with anticipation and the possibility of a monumental find. Could this be it? Could this be the entrance they had been tirelessly searching for? The questions hung in the air, heavy with expectation. Carter, cautious yet optimistic, ordered the steps to be cleared. Every movement was deliberate, every action filled with the weight of history. As the sand and rubble were removed, a sealed doorway emerged, marked with the necropolis seal. Hope surged through Carter. This seal was a sign, a promise of something extraordinary. This was no ordinary tomb. The intricate designs and the seal suggested something far more significant. With bated breath, Carter sent a telegram to Carnarvon, who was back in England. The message was brief but filled with excitement and urgency. At last have made wonderful discovery in Valley, a magnificent tomb with seals intact, recovered same for your arrival, congratulations. The words were simple, yet they carried the weight of years of effort and dreams. The world was about to rediscover Tutankhamun. This was the beginning of a journey that would captivate the imagination of millions and rewrite history. As Carter and his team delved deeper into the tomb, they uncovered a treasure trove of artifacts. Each item, meticulously crafted, told a story of a bygone era. The sheer opulence of the burial goods was staggering, revealing the immense wealth and craftsmanship of ancient Egypt. From golden chariots to intricate jewellery, the tomb was a testament to the grandeur of Tutankhamun's reign. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb sparked a global fascination with ancient Egypt. Known as Egyptomania, this cultural phenomenon saw Egyptian motifs influencing everything from fashion to architecture. Museums around the world scrambled to exhibit Egyptian artifacts, and the public's appetite for all things Egyptian seemed insatiable. This newfound interest not only brought ancient history to the forefront, but also inspired a generation of archaeologists and historians. The excavation of Tutankhamun's tomb revolutionized the field of archaeology. It set new standards for excavation techniques and documentation, ensuring that future discoveries would be preserved with the utmost care. Moreover, Tutankhamun's legacy permeated popular culture, from movies and literature to art and music. The boy king became a symbol of mystery and adventure, captivating the imagination of people across the globe. Even today, the allure of Tutankhamun endures. His tomb remains one of the most visited sites in Egypt, drawing millions of tourists each year. The treasures of Tutankhamun continue to tour the world, enchanting audiences with their beauty and historical significance. The story of the boy king, discovered almost a century ago, still resonates, reminding us of the timeless fascination with ancient Egypt and its enigmatic pharaohs. The Nile, a river that flows north, bringing life to a desert. For thousands of years it shaped Egypt, its floods both awe-inspiring and essential. From fertile delta to arid desert, the Nile is a lifeline. The Nile's bounty allowed for the development of one of the world's first civilizations. Ancient Egypt, a land of pharaohs, pyramids and powerful gods, emerged from the fertile banks of this mighty river. The Nile's waters provided sustenance, its floods brought fertility, and its navigable waters facilitated trade and communication. This allowed for the growth of cities, the development of complex social structures, and the flourishing of art, science and religion. The ancient Egyptians lived in harmony with the river's rhythm, adapting their lives to its ebb and flow. Their calendar, their agriculture, and even their beliefs were intertwined with the Nile's cycles. It was more than just a river. It was the very foundation of their existence. To the ancient Egyptians, the Nile was not merely a river, it was a divine entity, a god whose benevolence sustained their very existence. They called him Hapi, the god of the annual flood, depicted as a benevolent figure with a large belly and pendulous breasts, symbolizing fertility and abundance. Temples were erected in his honor, and elaborate rituals were performed to appease him and ensure the timely arrival of the annual flood. Offerings of food, flowers, and precious metals were made, and hymns were sung praising his life-giving waters. The pharaoh, considered the divine ruler and intermediary between the gods and the people, played a crucial role in these rituals. His connection to the divine was believed to influence the Nile's favor, ensuring the prosperity of the land and its people. The Nile's annual flood cycle dictated life in ancient Egypt. It marked the start of the agricultural year. Egyptians created a calendar based on its 3 seasons. Akhet, the inundation season, was a time of celebration. The Nile's silt renewed the land's vitality. Pere, the growing season, followed. Shemu, the harvest season, marked abundance and gratitude. The cultural significance of the Nile is deeply etched into the very fabric of ancient Egyptian civilization. It is evident in their art, their architecture, and their beliefs. Tomb paintings depict scenes of life along the riverbanks, showcasing the abundance it brought. Monumental architecture, such as the pyramids and temples, were often aligned with the Nile's flow, further emphasizing its centrality in their worldview. The orientation of these structures suggests a deep reverence for the river's journey from south to north, mirroring the sun's path across the sky. The Nile's influence extended even to the afterlife. The Egyptians believed that the soul, after death, journeyed westward across the Nile, mirroring the sun's journey into the underworld. This belief is reflected in the layout of tombs and the placement of funerary goods. The ancient Egyptians wove intricate myths to explain the Nile's floods. One such myth tells of Isis and her beloved Osiris. Osiris, murdered by his brother Set, was dismembered. Isis searched tirelessly for his remains. Her tears overflowed the Nile, causing the annual flood. Each year her tears replenished the land, bringing life to Egypt. Another legend tells of Sekhmet, the fierce lion goddess of war and healing, and her role in the Nile's floods. According to the myth, Sekhmet, enraged by the disrespect shown to her father, the sun god Ra, unleashed her fiery wrath upon humanity. Her fury was so intense that she scorched the earth, turning the Nile blood-red. Fearing for the annihilation of humankind, Ra intervened, tricking Sekhmet into drinking a vast quantity of beer mixed with red ochre, resembling blood. Intoxicated, Sekhmet's rage subsided and she transformed into Hathor, the benevolent goddess of love and music. The red-tinged beer, symbolizing the floodwaters, flowed from her, replenishing the Nile and saving humanity from her wrath. The Nile's significance transcended the earthly realm, playing a crucial role in the Egyptian afterlife beliefs. They believed that the Nile flowed through the underworld, the Duat, providing sustenance to the souls residing there. The deceased, embarking on their perilous journey through the underworld, relied on the Nile's waters for sustenance and guidance. Funerary texts, such as the Book of the Dead, contain spells and hymns meant to ensure safe passage across the celestial Nile. The Nile, in this context, represented not only physical sustenance but also spiritual renewal and rebirth. Just as it brought life to the land of Egypt, it also nourished the souls in the afterlife, ensuring their continued existence in the realm beyond death. The lifeblood of ancient Egypt, the Nile's annual flood, was a spectacle as predictable as the rising sun. Every year, like clockwork, the river would swell, engulfing its banks and transforming the arid landscape into a fertile expanse of water. This inundation, far from being feared, was eagerly anticipated. The ancient Egyptians, with their keen sense of observation, had developed a deep understanding of the river's rhythm. They knew that the flood, though appearing destructive, was the source of their prosperity. The floodwaters, originating from the heavy rains in the Ethiopian highlands, would arrive in Egypt around June, reaching their peak in September. As the waters receded, they left behind a rich deposit of silt, a fertile layer of sediment that acted as a natural fertilizer. The ancient Egyptians recognized the source of their bounty, referring to the southern lands as Taseti, meaning the land of the bow. They understood that the floods were a gift from these distant lands. Expeditions were sent south to explore the river's origins, seeking to understand the forces that governed its flow. These journeys, though fraught with peril, provided valuable knowledge about the Nile's tributaries and the annual rainfall patterns that dictated the flood's intensity. The Egyptians developed sophisticated systems to measure the Nile's rise and fall, constructing nilometers, graduated stone structures placed within the river or nearby wells. These structures allowed them to predict the height of the flood and anticipate the year's harvest. The Nile's annual flood cycle, predictable and life-giving, shaped the rhythm of life in ancient Egypt. It dictated the agricultural calendar, the construction projects, and even the religious festivals. During the inundation, when the fields were submerged, farmers would engage in other activities, like repairing their tools, tending to their livestock, or working on construction projects for the pharaoh. The flood season provided a period of relative respite from the demanding work of agriculture. As the floodwaters receded, the land, rejuvenated by the rich silt deposits, was ready for planting. Farmers would sow their crops, anticipating a bountiful harvest in the months to come. The success of their harvest depended on the Nile's generosity, a testament to their symbiotic relationship with the river. The lifeblood of ancient Egypt's agriculture was not just the Nile's water, but the rich, fertile silt it deposited with each annual flood. This black, nutrient-rich sediment, carried from the highlands of Ethiopia, held the key to the civilization's agricultural success. Unlike the alluvial soils of other river valleys, which often required years of cultivation to become fertile, the Nile's silt was immediately productive. As the floodwaters receded, they left behind a layer of this fertile sediment, ready to nourish a variety of crops. The Egyptians recognized the silt's importance, referring to it as Kemet, which means black land, a testament to its fertility and their connection to it. This black soil stood in stark contrast to the Deshret, the red land of the surrounding desert, highlighting its life-giving properties. To maximize the benefits of the Nile's annual inundation, the ancient Egyptians developed an ingenious system of basin irrigation. This method involved dividing the land into a series of rectangular basins, surrounded by earthen dikes, to capture and hold the floodwaters. As the Nile rose, water would be channeled into these basins through a network of canals, carefully controlled to ensure even distribution. The floodwaters, laden with silt, would be allowed to sit in these basins for several weeks, saturating the soil and depositing their fertile load. Once the floodwaters receded, the basins, now filled with moist, fertile soil, were ready for planting. Farmers would sow a variety of crops, including barley, wheat, flax, and vegetables, taking advantage of the naturally irrigated and fertilized land. Egyptians developed perennial irrigation for year-round cultivation. This allowed them to grow crops even during the dry season. The shaduf, a lever system, was commonly used to lift water. Canals and ditches channeled water from the Nile to fields. These ingenious irrigation techniques, coupled with the fertile Nile silt, allowed the ancient Egyptians to cultivate a diverse range of crops, sustaining a large population and contributing to the civilization's prosperity. The staple crops of ancient Egypt were barley and wheat, used to make bread, beer and porridge. Flax, another important crop, was used to produce linen, a valuable textile for clothing and other purposes. Vegetables such as onions, garlic, lentils and lettuce added variety to their diet. The Egyptians also cultivated a variety of fruits, including grapes, figs, dates and pomegranates, which provided essential vitamins and sweetness. These fruits, often depicted in tomb paintings and offerings to the gods, were highly valued and considered symbols of abundance and prosperity. The Nile, once a force of nature, entered a new era in the 20th century, the age of dams. The Aswan High Dam, completed in 1970, altered the river's natural flood cycle. It brought significant changes, including irrigation, hydroelectric power and flood control. However, the dam's construction came at a cost. The silt now trapped no longer replenished farmlands downstream. The end of the natural flood cycle brought about a new set of challenges. The once fertile soils, deprived of the annual silt deposits, became increasingly saline and less productive over time. The absence of the flood's natural flushing action led to the build-up of salts in the soil, impacting crop yields. The construction of the Aswan High Dam, while providing undeniable benefits, also had ecological consequences. The Nile Delta, once a vibrant ecosystem nourished by the annual influx of nutrients, began to erode, deprived of the silt that once replenished its shores. The dam also impacted the populations of certain fish species, like the sardine, which relied on the annual flood cycle for their breeding grounds. The altered flow of the Nile disrupted their migration patterns, leading to a decline in their numbers. The Nile, the river that gave birth to Egyptian civilization, continues to flow, a silent witness to time's passage. Its legacy is etched into the soul of Egypt. The ancient Egyptians' reverence and ingenious methods inspire awe. The Nile's story reminds us of nature's power and our responsibility. Ancient Egypt. The name conjures images of towering pyramids, enigmatic pharaohs, and hieroglyphs whispering secrets across millennia. This civilization, nestled along the fertile Nile River, stands as one of the most significant in human history. Its legacy echoes through time, influencing art, architecture, religion and governance for thousands of years. Emerging around 3000 BC, ancient Egypt blossomed in a period when most of the world was still grappling with rudimentary forms of society. This remarkable civilization, with its sophisticated systems of writing, government and cosmology, left an indelible mark on the trajectory of human development. From the moment its first dynasty took power to the twilight of its final pharaoh, ancient Egypt was a beacon of innovation and culture. Its story is a tapestry woven from the threads of ambition, faith, and the relentless pursuit of order in a world often defined by chaos. Before the rise of the pharaohs, Egypt was a land divided. The vast and fertile Nile River Valley was home to numerous small communities and tribes, each with its own customs, beliefs and ways of life. These communities were spread across the length of the Nile, from the delta in the north to the cataracts in the south. Two prominent kingdoms, Upper and Lower Egypt, emerged as dominant forces in this fragmented landscape. Upper Egypt, located in the southern part of the country, was characterized by its narrow strip of fertile land along the Nile, while Lower Egypt, in the north, encompassed the broad and marshy delta region. Each kingdom had its own ruler, known as a king, and distinct cultural practices that reflected their unique environments and ways of life. The unification of these two lands under a single ruler marked a pivotal moment in Egyptian history. This monumental event not only brought an end to the long-standing rivalry between Upper and Lower Egypt, but also ushered in the era of pharaonic rule. The consolidation of power under one ruler laid the foundation for the rise of a powerful and enduring civilization, characterized by remarkable achievements in art, architecture, and governance. Around 3100 BC, a king named Menes, who hailed from Upper Egypt, embarked on a campaign to conquer Lower Egypt. Through a combination of military prowess and strategic alliances, Menes succeeded in uniting the two lands under his rule. This unification was symbolized by the double crown, which combined the white crown of Upper Egypt and the red crown of Lower Egypt, signifying the unity of the two regions. This momentous event marked the beginning of the early dynastic period and the birth of ancient Egypt as we know it. The unification of Upper and Lower Egypt set the stage for the development of a centralized state, with a strong and stable government that could oversee large-scale projects and manage the resources of the entire Nile Valley. While there is some debate among scholars about the exact identity of Menes, with some suggesting that he may have been a composite figure or that his achievements were attributed to multiple rulers, his achievement in unifying Egypt is undeniable. The legacy of Menes, whether as a single individual or a symbolic representation of early Egyptian kingship, remains a cornerstone of Egyptian history. With the establishment of the First Dynasty, a new era of centralized rule and political stability dawned upon Egypt. The pharaohs of the First Dynasty set the precedent for future rulers, establishing a system of governance that would endure for millennia. This centralized authority allowed for the efficient administration of the kingdom, the collection of taxes, and the organization of labor for monumental building projects. This newfound unity allowed for greater cooperation, resource management, and cultural exchange among the various regions of Egypt. The centralized government facilitated the construction of impressive architectural feats such as the early pyramids and temples, and the development of a sophisticated system of writing and record-keeping. These achievements set the stage for the remarkable accomplishments that would characterize the Old Kingdom period, often referred to as the Age of the Pyramids, when Egypt reached new heights of cultural and technological advancement. The early pharaohs were not merely rulers, they were considered divine beings, intermediaries between the gods and humanity. They were seen as the earthly embodiment of the gods, with a divine right to rule. This belief granted them unparalleled authority and reverence among their subjects. They wielded absolute power, controlling all aspects of Egyptian life, from the construction of monumental tombs and temples to the management of agriculture and trade. The pharaohs oversaw the building of grand structures that would stand the test of time, serving as both tombs and temples to honor the gods and themselves. Their influence extended to the fertile lands along the Nile, where they directed agricultural practices to ensure bountiful harvests, which were crucial for the sustenance of their people and the prosperity of their kingdom. Trade routes were established and maintained under their watchful eyes, bringing in goods and wealth from distant lands. Their reigns were marked by ambitious building projects, military campaigns, and the development of a complex administrative system that would serve as the backbone of Egyptian society for centuries to come. These projects were not just displays of power, but also served practical purposes, such as fortifying the kingdom's defenses and showcasing their divine favor. The military campaigns expanded their territories and brought in resources, while the administrative system ensured that the vast empire was efficiently managed, with a bureaucracy that kept meticulous records and facilitated the smooth running of the state.
One of the most significant figures of this early period was King Djoser, the second pharaoh of the Third Dynasty. His reign marked a period of great innovation and development in ancient Egypt. Djoser is credited with commissioning the construction of the Step Pyramid at Saqqara, the earliest known example of a monumental stone structure in Egypt. This pyramid was a revolutionary architectural feat, setting a precedent for future constructions. It was not just a tomb but a symbol of the pharaoh's divine power and a testament to the advanced engineering skills of the ancient Egyptians. This innovative pyramid, designed by the architect Imhotep, marked a turning point in Egyptian architecture and funerary practices. Imhotep, who was later deified, introduced the use of stone as a building material, which allowed for more durable and grandiose structures. The step pyramid's design influenced the construction of subsequent pyramids and became a model for future generations.
Another prominent ruler of this era was King Sneferu, the founder of the Fourth Dynasty. His reign was characterized by significant architectural and military achievements. Sneferu was a prolific builder, credited with the construction of at least 3 major pyramids. These included the Bent Pyramid and the Red Pyramid, which showcased advancements in engineering and construction techniques. His ambitious building projects not only demonstrated his power, but also laid the groundwork for the construction of the Great Pyramids of Giza by his successors. His reign was also marked by military campaigns into Nubia and Libya, expanding the borders of the Egyptian state and securing valuable resources. These campaigns were crucial for the kingdom's economic stability and growth, as they brought in gold, slaves, and other resources that bolstered the pharaoh's wealth and power. Sneferu's military prowess and strategic acumen ensured that Egypt remained a dominant force in the region, with a legacy that would influence future generations of rulers. The pyramids of Egypt are perhaps the most iconic symbols of this ancient civilization. These monumental structures have fascinated historians, archaeologists, and tourists alike for centuries, standing as silent sentinels of a bygone era. These colossal structures, built as tombs for the pharaohs and their consorts, stand as testaments to the ingenuity, organizational skills, and religious beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. The sheer scale and precision of these pyramids continue to baffle modern engineers and architects, showcasing the advanced understanding of mathematics and astronomy possessed by the ancient builders. The construction of these massive monuments required an immense amount of labor and resources, reflecting the pharaohs' absolute power and their desire to leave an enduring legacy in the sands of time. Thousands of laborers, including skilled artisans, craftsmen and farmers during the off-season, worked tirelessly to ensure the completion of these grand projects. The logistics involved in quarrying, transporting and assembling the massive stone blocks are a testament to the highly organized society of ancient Egypt. The early pyramids were not without their challenges. The process of trial and error played a significant role in the evolution of pyramid construction techniques. Sneferu's first attempt at building a true smooth-sided pyramid, known as the Maidam Pyramid, ended in partial collapse during construction. This failure provided valuable lessons that informed future architectural endeavors. Undeterred, he embarked on the construction of another pyramid, the Bent Pyramid, which, while successfully completed, exhibits a peculiar bent slope, likely due to adjustments made during construction to prevent further instability. This unique structure stands as a testament to the adaptive and innovative spirit of ancient Egyptian architects. Sneferu's final pyramid, the Red Pyramid, was a triumph of engineering and design. This pyramid marked a significant milestone in the evolution of pyramid construction, showcasing a perfected technique that would influence future generations. It was the first successful true pyramid, with smooth sides rising at a consistent angle to a pointed apex. The Red Pyramid's success laid the groundwork for the construction of even more ambitious projects. The Red Pyramid served as a model for the Great Pyramid of Giza, built by Sneferu's son, Khufu, and considered one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The Great Pyramid, with its precise alignment to the cardinal points and its massive scale, remains one of the most studied and admired structures in human history. It continues to inspire awe and wonder, symbolizing the enduring legacy of ancient Egypt's architectural and cultural achievements. The ancient world is filled with mysteries, lost cities, vanished civilizations, secrets buried beneath the sands of time, but few mysteries capture the imagination like the undiscovered tomb of Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt. Her story is one of power, love and tragedy, a story that continues to fascinate us centuries later. Cleopatra's life was a tapestry woven with political intrigue, romance and, ultimately, tragedy. Her love affair with Roman general Mark Antony shook the foundations of the Roman Republic. Their defeat at the Battle of Actium sealed their fate. Legend has it that Cleopatra chose a serpent's bite to end her own life, rather than face humiliation at the hands of Octavian. History tells us that she and Antony were buried together, their tomb a testament to their love and a symbol of their power. But time, as it often does, has obscured the truth, the location of their shared tomb lost to history. Historians and archaeologists believe that Cleopatra's tomb lies hidden somewhere beneath the bustling streets of modern Alexandria. In Cleopatra's time, this city was a beacon of culture and knowledge, a grand metropolis that rivaled even Rome in its splendor. The city was home to the famed Library of Alexandria, a repository of ancient wisdom and learning, and at its heart stood the tomb of Alexander the Great, a magnificent mausoleum befitting a ruler who conquered most of the known world. It is believed that Cleopatra, eager to associate herself with Alexander's legacy, chose to build her own tomb near his. But Alexandria, once a jewel of the ancient world, has been ravaged by time and tide. Earthquakes, rising sea levels, and the relentless march of urban development have all but erased Cleopatra's Alexandria from the face of the earth. Yet tantalizing clues to the location of her tomb can be found, scattered like fragments of a forgotten map in ancient texts. Greek biographer Plutarch, writing a century after Cleopatra's death, provides us with our most detailed account of her burial. He describes a magnificent tomb adorned with gold and precious stones, located near a temple dedicated to the goddess Isis. This temple, Plutarch tells us, was situated near the royal palace, facing the sea. While these descriptions offer a starting point, the sands of time have shifted, making it difficult to pinpoint the exact location described by Plutarch. Archaeologists have uncovered numerous temples and palaces in Alexandria, but none that perfectly match the biographer Plutarch's description. The search is further complicated by the fact that part of the ancient coastline of Alexandria is now submerged beneath the Mediterranean Sea. It's likely that the Temple of Isis, and perhaps even Cleopatra's tomb itself, now lie buried beneath the waves. Despite these challenges, the search for Cleopatra's tomb continues. In recent years, archaeologists have made promising discoveries in the waters off the coast of Alexandria. Sunken ruins, possibly belonging to the royal quarter, have been unearthed, offering a glimmer of hope that Cleopatra's final resting place may one day be found. The allure of Cleopatra's tomb has captivated explorers and treasure hunters for centuries. Early expeditions, often fueled by romantic notions of lost riches, yielded little more than disappointment. The shifting sands of the Egyptian desert seemed to guard their secrets jealously. One of the earliest documented searches was undertaken in the 19th century by Italian explorer Giovanni Battista Belzoni. Belzoni, known for his daring exploits and impressive discoveries, was convinced that he could locate Cleopatra's tomb. He scoured the ancient necropolis of Alexandria, excavating numerous tombs and uncovering countless artifacts. Yet Cleopatra's final resting place eluded him. Belzoni's failure, while disheartening, only served to intensify the mystery surrounding Cleopatra's tomb. Advancements in underwater archaeology opened new avenues for exploration. Archaeologists explored the submerged ruins of Alexandria, discovering the famed Lighthouse of Alexandria. These finds confirmed that a significant portion of ancient Alexandria lay beneath the waves. This had profound implications for the search for Cleopatra's tomb. If Plutarch's account was accurate, the tomb was likely submerged as well. The temple complex of Taposiris Magna, located 30 miles west of Alexandria, has captured the attention of archaeologists. This site, dedicated to Isis, resembles the temple described by Plutarch. Excavations led by Dr. Zahi Hawass have uncovered tunnels and chambers beneath the temple. These structures have fueled speculation that Taposiris Magna could be Cleopatra's final resting place. A nearby burial chamber with gold coins bearing Cleopatra's image has heightened the intrigue. Could this be the breakthrough archaeologists have been waiting for? Only time and further excavation will tell. The discovery of Cleopatra's tomb would be a momentous event, sending ripples of excitement through the world of archaeology and capturing the imaginations of history enthusiasts worldwide. Speculation abounds regarding what treasures might lie hidden within this lost mausoleum. Cleopatra, known for her opulent lifestyle and love of luxury, would have undoubtedly been laid to rest surrounded by objects befitting her status as the last pharaoh of Egypt. Her tomb might contain a dazzling array of jewellery, from intricate gold necklaces adorned with precious stones to elaborate headdresses symbolising her power and divinity. Imagine the sparkle of emeralds, the deep red glow of rubies, and the cool brilliance of sapphires, all crafted into exquisite pieces fit for a queen. Cleopatra's tomb could reveal invaluable insights into ancient Egypt's burial rituals and religious beliefs. The layout, decorations and objects within would shed light on elaborate funerary practices. We might find canopic jars preserved according to ancient beliefs, or a funerary mask for her safe passage to the afterlife. The walls might be adorned with frescoes depicting Egyptian mythology, offering glimpses into Cleopatra's religious beliefs and connection to the gods. One tantalizing possibility is discovering written records within the tomb. Cleopatra might have left scrolls detailing her reign, leadership, or her relationship with Mark Antony. Such a discovery would offer an unprecedented glimpse into her mind. Imagine deciphering these texts, hearing Cleopatra's voice echo through the centuries. Her tomb would unveil artifacts and unlock historical knowledge, changing our understanding of Cleopatra. Cleopatra VII, Philopator, a name echoing beauty, power and tragedy. Born into a kingdom on the brink of chaos, she was a princess before the legend. In 69 BC, the Ptolemaic dynasty was under Rome's control. Cleopatra's childhood was luxurious yet overshadowed by Rome. Her father, Ptolemy the Cautiff, was a weak ruler, more concerned with pleasures. The young princess observed the vulnerability of her dynasty. Despite turmoil, Cleopatra received an exceptional education. The royal court in Alexandria attracted scholars, philosophers, and artists. Fluent in multiple languages, Cleopatra immersed herself in this intellectual haven. She spent countless hours in the Royal Library of Alexandria, studying various subjects. Engaging in debates, she conversed with learned men and women. This foundation shaped her into a shrewd strategist and captivating orator. As Cleopatra blossomed into a young woman, her intelligence and charisma became increasingly apparent, eclipsing even her brothers. Within the confines of the royal palace, whispers of rebellion began to circulate. Her father's grip on power weakened, challenged by court factions vying for control. The young princess, observant and ambitious, was acutely aware of the shifting political landscape. She witnessed the ruthlessness of her own family, the lengths to which people would go to seize and maintain power. Her own mother, Cleopatra V Tryphena, had secured her position by orchestrating the death of a rival. These experiences, though brutal, served as a harsh education in the realities of power. They ignited within her a steely determination, a will to survive and to rule. At 18, Cleopatra ascended Egypt's throne, her destiny intertwined with her crumbling kingdom. Her reign began as a fragile alliance with her brother Ptolemy XIII. Cleopatra, a woman of intellect and ambition, craved true power. She envisioned a resurgence of Egypt's former glory. Her intelligence and charisma were her weapons against Roman domination. Cleopatra balanced power, appeasing Rome while reclaiming Egypt's autonomy. Her early years on the throne were a display of political acumen. In 48 BC, a pivotal moment arrived in the form of Julius Caesar, the Roman general who had plunged the Roman Republic into civil war. Cleopatra, recognizing an opportunity, allied herself with Caesar, using her legendary charm and strategic brilliance to secure his support. Their alliance, both political and romantic, sent shockwaves through the ancient world. Caesar, captivated by Cleopatra's intellect and ambition, recognized her value as an ally in the volatile world of Roman politics. Their relationship, cemented by the birth of their son Caesarion, solidified Cleopatra's hold on power and offered Egypt a brief respite from Roman encroachment. But their alliance, built on ambition and mutual benefit, was a dangerous game. Caesar's assassination in 44 BC marked a turning point in Cleopatra's fortunes. The Roman Republic, once again plunged into turmoil, presented both a threat and an opportunity. Cleopatra set her sights on another ambitious Roman general, Mark Antony, a man of considerable power and a key player in the fight to control Rome's destiny. Their meeting, immortalized in history and legend, marked the beginning of a passionate love affair and a formidable political alliance. Together, they challenged the rising power of Octavian, Caesar's heir, their combined forces posing a significant threat to his ambition. Yet, their alliance, built on a foundation of passion and defiance, would ultimately prove to be their undoing. The Battle of Actium, a naval clash of epic proportions, sealed the fate of Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Defeated by Octavian's forces, they returned to Alexandria, their dreams of a shared empire shattered. Antony, betrayed and heartbroken, took his own life. Cleopatra, facing the humiliation of capture and parade through the streets of Rome, chose a different fate. Legend tells us that she held a venomous asp to her breast, ending her own life with a final act of defiance. With her death, the Ptolemaic dynasty came to an end, and Egypt fell under the dominion of Rome. Her tomb, a symbol of her power and the enduring mystery surrounding her life, remains undiscovered, a testament to the enduring allure of this iconic queen. The sands of time have swallowed many secrets, but few hold the allure of Cleopatra's lost tomb. If discovered, it promises a glimpse into a pivotal moment in history, the fall of a dynasty and the dawn of a new era. The treasures it may hold, the stories it could tell, have the power to reshape our understanding of this iconic queen and the world she inhabited. Will we ever unlock the secrets of Cleopatra's final resting place? Will we ever stand before her sarcophagus, gazing upon the face of the woman who captivated Caesar and challenged Rome? The answer lies buried beneath the sands of Egypt, a mystery waiting to be unearthed, a queen awaiting her moment to once again captivate the world. Few figures in history command the awe and intrigue of Alexander the Great. His name echoes through the annals of time, a symbol of unparalleled ambition and military genius. This Macedonian king, born in 356 BC, conquered vast swathes of the ancient world, creating an empire that stretched from Greece to Egypt and into the heart of Asia. His campaigns were marked by strategic brilliance and relentless determination, leaving an indelible mark on the course of Western civilization. His influence extended beyond the battlefield, shaping the cultural and intellectual landscape of the regions he conquered. Yet the final resting place of this legendary conqueror remains one of history's most enduring mysteries. Despite numerous accounts and theories, the exact location of Alexander's tomb has eluded discovery for over 2 millennia. The search for Alexander's tomb has captivated historians, archaeologists and treasure hunters for centuries, each driven by the hope of uncovering one of the greatest archaeological finds of all time, fueled by tantalizing clues and a profound desire to uncover the secrets buried within. Ancient texts and historical records provide hints, but none have led to a definitive discovery. The significance of finding Alexander's tomb extends far beyond the recovery of lost treasure or the confirmation of historical records. It represents a bridge to the past, a direct link to one of history's most influential figures. Within that lost mausoleum lies the potential to unlock a deeper understanding of Alexander himself, his beliefs, his ambitions, and his legacy. The artifacts and inscriptions within could provide unprecedented insights into his life and the era he dominated. The tomb's discovery would offer invaluable insights into the funerary practices, artistry and cultural exchange of the Hellenistic period, a time when Alexander's conquests forged connections between East and West. In 323 BC, at the age of 32, Alexander the Great's triumphant reign was cut short in Babylon. The circumstances surrounding his death remain shrouded in mystery, with theories ranging from illness to poisoning. Some accounts describe a high fever, while others point to the possibility of assassination by rivals within his own ranks. Regardless of the cause, Alexander's death plunged his vast empire into chaos. Without a clear heir, his generals, known as the Diadochi, engaged in a bitter power struggle that would last for decades. Amidst this turmoil, the fate of Alexander's body became a matter of immediate concern. Tradition dictated that a king of Alexander's stature deserved a lavish burial and a magnificent tomb. However, the logistics of preserving and transporting his body presented a considerable challenge in the ancient world. The journey from Babylon to his Macedonian homeland was long and arduous, and the summer heat posed a significant risk of decomposition. One of Alexander's most trusted generals, Ptolemy the Vosota, ultimately took possession of the king's body. Ptolemy, a man of great ambition and vision, saw in Alexander's remains not just the body of a fallen leader, but a powerful symbol that could cement his own authority and legacy. Ptolemy, who would later establish himself as the ruler of Egypt, initially transported Alexander's remains to Memphis, the ancient capital of Egypt. Memphis, a city steeped in history and tradition, was a fitting temporary resting place for the great conqueror. The journey to Memphis was a grand procession, reflecting the reverence and respect Alexander commanded even in death. There, Alexander was embalmed by Egyptian priests, masters of the art of preserving the dead. The embalming process was intricate and sacred, involving rituals and techniques perfected over millennia. The priests, with their deep knowledge of mummification, ensured that Alexander's body would be preserved for eternity, a testament to his enduring legacy. Memphis, however, was not intended to be Alexander's final resting place. Ptolemy had grander plans, envisioning a tomb that would reflect the greatness of Alexander and serve as a symbol of his own rule. The discussions and planning for this monumental task were extensive, involving architects, artisans, and scholars. Ptolemy envisioned a grander tomb for his former king and comrade, a monument that would not only honor Alexander, but also legitimize Ptolemy's own claim to power and his vision for a new Hellenistic dynasty in Egypt. The construction of this tomb was a massive undertaking, requiring resources and labor on an unprecedented scale. It was a project that would take years to complete, but Ptolemy was determined to see it through. Thus began the construction of a magnificent tomb in Alexandria, the vibrant cosmopolitan city Ptolemy founded on the shores of the Mediterranean. Alexandria, with its strategic location and cultural significance, was the perfect site for Alexander's final resting place. The city itself was a testament to Ptolemy's vision, a melting pot of cultures and ideas, reflecting the Hellenistic ideals of knowledge and progress. The exact location and design of this tomb remain a subject of debate, but historical accounts describe a structure of remarkable grandeur, adorned with precious materials and guarded by a contingent of soldiers. The tomb was not just a burial site, but a monument to Alexander's achievements and Ptolemy's aspirations. It was a place where the past and future converged, a symbol of continuity and change. Alexander's tomb in Alexandria quickly became a site of pilgrimage and veneration. People from all walks of life, from scholars to soldiers, made the journey to pay their respects. The tomb became a focal point for the Hellenistic world, a place where people could connect with the legacy of Alexander and the new era Ptolemy was ushering in. People from across the Hellenistic world flocked to pay their respects to the fallen conqueror, transforming his tomb into a symbol of Alexander's enduring legacy and Ptolemy's burgeoning power. The tomb was more than just a final resting place. It was a beacon of hope and inspiration, a reminder of the greatness that could be achieved through vision and determination. Alexander's journey did not end with his death. It continued through the lives and aspirations of those who came after him, forever etched in the annals of history. Despite its initial prominence, Alexander's tomb in Alexandria seemingly vanished from the historical record. This disappearance has puzzled historians and archaeologists for centuries, sparking numerous quests and expeditions to uncover its secrets. The tomb, once a symbol of Alexander the Great's unparalleled legacy, now exists only in the annals of history and the imaginations of those who seek it. While ancient writers provided detailed descriptions of the tomb's splendor and the rituals performed there, concrete information about its precise location and ultimate fate remains elusive. These descriptions paint a picture of a grand mausoleum adorned with precious metals and intricate carvings, a fitting tribute to one of history's most legendary figures. Yet, despite these vivid accounts, the physical evidence of the tomb's existence has remained frustratingly out of reach. Over the centuries, numerous theories have been proposed to explain the tomb's disappearance. Scholars have pored over ancient texts, debated the reliability of historical accounts, and examined every clue with meticulous care. Some suggest that the tomb was hidden deliberately to protect it from grave robbers, while others believe it was simply forgotten as the city of Alexandria evolved and expanded. Some historians believe that the tomb was destroyed during periods of unrest and upheaval that plagued Alexandria throughout its history. The city, a melting pot of cultures and a hub of trade, was no stranger to conflict. Riots, invasions, and political turmoil could have easily led to the tomb's destruction, its treasures looted, and its structure reduced to rubble. Earthquakes, fires, and the destructive fury of various conquerors all left their mark on the city, potentially obliterating Alexander's tomb in the process. Natural disasters, such as the devastating earthquake of 365 AD, reshaped the landscape of Alexandria, toppling buildings and altering the course of history. Fires, too, ravaged the city, consuming everything in their path, including perhaps the final resting place of Alexander the Great. Another theory suggests that the tomb might have been lost more gradually, swallowed by the shifting sands of time. As centuries passed, the once majestic structure could have been buried beneath layers of sand and debris, hidden from view and forgotten by the world. Nature, relentless and unyielding, has a way of reclaiming what was once hers, erasing the marks of human achievement. Alexandria's coastline is known to have shifted over the centuries, with portions of the ancient city now submerged beneath the waters of the Mediterranean Sea. The relentless advance of the sea, combined with the gradual erosion of the coastline, has transformed the landscape dramatically. Entire sections of the city, once bustling with life, now lie beneath the waves, silent witnesses to a bygone era. It is possible that Alexander's tomb, or at least parts of it, met a similar fate, buried beneath layers of sediment and lost to the encroaching sea. Underwater, archaeological explorations have uncovered remnants of ancient Alexandria, offering tantalizing glimpses into the past. Yet the tomb of Alexander the Great remains elusive, a mystery waiting to be unraveled by future generations of explorers and historians.